So I got a prime rib in the oven, we're making sides, and we're starting with the Yorkshire pudding. Let's get out the blender. So this is gonna go quick. We got a cup of milk, 2 eggs, 3/4 cup of flour, pinch of salt. That's it, super simple. Throw on the lid, blend it till it's smooth. You don't want any lumps. Pour that in a container. We're gonna put that in the fridge to chill for 30 minutes to an hour. Meanwhile, we're gonna go ahead and get our mushrooms going. I'm just gonna kind of clean these up a little bit. I like to pull out the stems, so I'm just going to do the caps right now. That's what they look like. Get a little olive oil going in a pan. I'm going to throw down a shallot. I'm going to throw a little garlic in there as well. Saute that up. We don't want to burn this, just kind of start softening it a little bit. Throw in a little bit of butter. We're going to get those mushrooms in there. Just swirl those around, give them a little tossy toss. I'm going to let those start kind of breaking down just a little bit. Give them a little salt and pepper. I like to use kosher salt and my fresh cracked pepper. Now take your time. Just go on a medium heat. We don't want to burn these. And we're going to throw in a little bit of beef stock and a couple knobs of butter. We're just going to let these go low and slow for a little while. Let them break down. Guys, they're going to be perfect. Look at that. Let's get our onions going. All right. Grab a little paring knife. We're just going to kind of pull off the little ends. Peel these up. Takes just a second. It's just like peeling a big onion, but they're little onions. When you get to that point, a little more olive oil in a pan. This time we're going to add some butter. Throw those onions in. Once again, low and slow. And start kind of slowly caramelizing these. A little bit of salt, fresh cracked pepper. Just keep moving them around. We don't want them to burn, but we do want a little color on them. And start looking like this, guys. Just keep tossing them. And we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of red wine. This is going to be perfect. Let that reduce down just a little. We'll add our beef stock in there. And I threw a couple knobs of butter too, and I just let the whole thing come to a simmer. I threw the lid on. And guys, those look perfect. They just melted down. For my au jus, a little more oil. Throw in a shallot and some garlic. Let those simmer for just a second. Beef stock goes in. We'll add some drippings to that later. Now it's simple. A little bit of rosemary. Just let that go for a little while. That's perfect. So the prime rib is ready, and now I have my drippings, so we'll make these Yorkshire puddings. I didn't have a muffin pan, so I'm filling this mini loaf pan with a little bit of the drippings. I'm going to put this back in the oven. I want to get these drippings smoking hot. I'm going to put them in the oven at about 425 degrees. I swear this pan was smoking when I pulled it out of the oven. Maybe it's just my dirty oven, but I could tell right off the bat it wasn't hot enough. I filled them anyways. I threw them in and cooked them in. Well, they weren't bad. And honestly, they smell really good. And they look kind of cool. I mean, they didn't poof up the way they're supposed to. That was my fault. I was in a rush, but check them out. I go in there and take a bite. Guys, they're actually delicious. They're crispy on the outside, kind of custardy on the inside. They're just perfect. Well, not really perfect, but the flavor's there. So as for this prime rib, let me tell you what we did here. 1 hour at 375 degrees. Then I turned the oven off for 3 hours. Then I turned it back on for another 1 hour at 375. This is what it looks like. It's about medium all the way through. I get some onions and mushrooms on my plate. That's what I felt like having. That's the exact dinner I wanted, and it looks great. Another plate for my au jus horseradish and my little Yorkies. Take a bite of that meat, au jus, and horsey. It's delicious. Really good. It's tender. It's moist. Came out great. Mushrooms. Super flavorful. The onions just melt in your mouth. And I hit that little Yorkie. Get some of that sauce. Psh, game over. This is absolutely amazing. Meal of the weekend. What a treat. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone.